Right, fire pupils, here is a wee recap on the quadratic formula and the discriminant. So a quadratic formula, as stated here, finds the roots of an equation. So finds the values that the graph will cross the x-axis. And higher, as you'll have dealt with in National 5, we are more interested in the discriminant. It's our b squared minus 4ac value. And this provides details of the roots, and this best describes using 3 graphs. So there's 3 possibilities for that value: positive, negative, or 0. So first of all, if we have a positive value, then we talk about roots being real and unequal. So an example of a graph like this could be U-shaped or N-shaped. We would have something that looked like that, where it crosses the x-axis at 2 separate equations, and we would class that as real and unequal or distinct, different. If b squared minus 4ac was real, if b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, we would have real and equal roots, and we would talk about a repeated root. So our graph here, again, if we're looking at a coordinate diagram, our graph would come down. Again, U-shape or N-shape doesn't particularly matter. It would come down, it would land on the axis, and then it would have its minimum or maximum turning on the axis, and then it would continue on. So we don't have 2 distinct roots, we have a single root, and we would class that as repeated. So as if it comes down, hits, changes direction, and then leaves. So a repeated root. And finally, our last option is if our value is less than 0, we class that roots are not real. Again, graphically, either U-shaped or N-shaped, and we would have a graph that looked like that. So at no point does the graph hit the x-axis, so there is no real roots as it's classed. Okay, 3 options of graph and 3 options of value of the b squared minus 4ac. Okay, so typical question, find the nature of the roots. So what type of roots would it be? And in this we work out our discriminant, and we have to communicate our answer accordingly. So our discriminant is our coefficients of each of our terms. So the number in front of x squared, in this case there's 1x squared. In front of x there is not just 10 but minus 10, and our constant value c is 25. So if I was to work out b squared minus 4ac, minus 10 squared minus 4 times 1 times 25, 100 minus 100 is equal to 0. So my discriminant is equal to 0. Looking up, then it would be this middle option. So my roots are real and equal. So communicating that as b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, that's what you found. Roots are real and equal. And that's the meaning of it. Very much repeating the statement in the middle there. 2. The coefficient of x squared is 2. The coefficient of the x is minus 5. And the coefficient of, or the constant value is 6. So again, b squared minus 4ac minus 5 squared minus 4 times 2 times 6, which is 25 minus 48, which is negative 23. So a negative value, less than 0, delivered a third option, roots are not real. So what we found as b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, simply say roots are not real. So always working out our value and always communicating what we found. And some recap questions on the PowerPoint.